now. Fancy that. You guys, you know what's amazing? You don't need to cleanse. The body does it itself. The body cleanses on its own. That's what we're told, right? You don't need to clean your blood. You don't need to detox. You don't need to cleanse. You don't need to get rid of any poisons inside of us. The body does it on its own. The body just magically clears every toxin out. The body just gets rid of all of our poisons, all of our toxins. Naturally, you don't need to do anything. But then when your fingernails are falling off, you got fungus on your fingernails and your toenails, your fingers get crusty, you get all kinds of weird stuff with your skin, you get eczema, you get psoriasis, your teeth just start falling apart as the years go on, you get the vitiligo, you get the weight gain. No, you don't need to cleanse. No, your body just takes care of it all on its own. Doesn't matter. Suffering from depression, anxiety, depersonalization, right? Pain in the body, fatigue. You don't need to cleanse. No, the body just does it on its own. Magically. Your body just cleanses on its own, you guys, because that's what the professionals out there tell you. That's what the professionals out there say. That's what all the different health gurus and professionals and the medical world, right? And everything else. Like, you don't need a cleanse. You don't need a detox. What? Your body's supposed to do that naturally every day. You just got to exercise. You just got to eat a balanced diet. Eat a balanced diet, I recommend, and have moderation. Eat in moderation and do your exercise. Your body cleanses on its own. Don't listen to anyone like medical medium or anybody else that your body actually needs to cleanse and detox things. So then the years go by and you start like falling apart, or madness starts happening and you're just having all these different problems with your health. No, you don't need to do anything. Of course not. Just keep it up. Eat balanced. Eat moderation. You don't have to cleanse. You don't have to detox. So you know what, I hear that out there. Good to see you guys coming on here. Michelle Miller, I just saw you there. Kimberly Miller, Natalia coming on, TJ coming on. You guys are all coming on. Kat Ledoux, it's good to see you guys, all of you guys, right? And so, guys, we're live on TikTok. We're live on Telegram. We're live on Rumble. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We're live on something. We're live on everything right now, right? But isn't that incredible? Think about it. I heard it the other day. A friend of mine who's a doctor, right? I was trying to reach out to him because he contacted me, and then I reached back out to him. So I called his office and was like, is he there? What's he doing? It's Anthony. I got a couple of minutes. He had a question for me. And then their personalized dietitian / nutritionist there at the doctor clinic had me on the phone and said, I just want to talk to you for a minute, Mr. William, because I have different views on how the body works. And I said, all right, tell me. How does it work? Like, what's your views? You really, you want people to juice and you want people to cleanse, but the body doesn't work like that. I've learned that the body cleanses itself. You just have to eat in moderation. You have to have a balanced diet. And I sat there and I was like, okay. My eyes are kind of rolling over and I was like, okay. And my eyes are kind of looking, I was actually like, they were like starting to roll over. I was flickering. My eyes were flickering and I was like, okay, tell me. Like, yeah. And you just have to exercise and then everybody's body handles itself on its own. And I said, listen, I've heard that before many times, but what are your patients like? Well, they got all kinds of problems, Mr. William. They come in here sick with everything. And I'm scratching my head and I go, okay, well, do you think they need to cleanse a little? Well, no. Their body's handling it. Well, then how's their body handling anything on its own when they're coming in there? They're like the Walking Dead coming in there. She was like, yeah, they can't walk. They got aches and pains. Some people need to be carried in. Some people have all these horrendous skin conditions. Some people have depression so bad. Some people have all these problems. I go, yeah. And do you think There's something inside of them that needs to come out that shouldn't be there. Well, I don't really know what that could be. Maybe it's climate change, Mr. William. Do you think it's climate change that's causing problems with all my patients? And I was just like, I was banging my head on my desk when I was hearing it. And I was like, and I was being really nice. I wasn't the combative medical medium, you know, when he's like, hi, I'm Dr. So-and-so. I was like, okay, listen, it's not climate change that's making everybody sick, okay? It's not. It might be everything everybody's doing, like burning fake logs, all that fake chemical, those fake logs. You guys know about the fake logs? You burn them in the fireplaces because it's coming on Christmas and Thanksgiving. Maybe it's from all the air fresheners and the scented candles. You guys know everybody's lighting scented candles in every one of their houses right now, and they're poisoning their children and their pets, and they're killing themselves. They're killing themselves right now with scented candles. Thousands of chemical soups put into that into that candle to purposely destroy your life. And so I sat there telling this person, right, this dietitian, nutritionist for that clinic before the doctor came on, and I said, look, it's the scented candles. It's the burning fake logs. It's the fire pits. It's not climate change. It's all that's making people sick. It's the fire pits. It's the colognes. It's the perfumes. It's the toxic heavy metals. It's the pharmaceuticals people are taking. It's the fungicides. It's the pesticides. It's the herbicides. And it's making their blood toxic. It's the pathogens. It's all that stuff. And she was like, well, you know, I've been reading up about Epstein Barr. Really? Because what have you been reading? I said to her. What have you been reading? Because guess what? Up until the Medical Medium book series, nobody knew Epstein Barr caused one symptom. Yeah, well, I thought I saw an article that they say now that Science Study recently came out that it's linked to maybe a thyroid problem. I go, yeah, and that was Medical Medium book 1. Yes, it was linked to a thyroid problem. Yes, you're just regurgitating information that came from the book originally. Oh, I guess that must be why the doctor wants to talk to you. The thing is, you guys, what's happening out there, by the way, listen, I'm going to be juicing some pomegranate seeds because you need antioxidants to battle what's happening inside the blood. You need phytochemical compounds. The anti-juicing people out there are really ridiculous at this point. Oh no, juicing's not good. You need to just use a blender or a bullet because you want to preserve everything in there. Okay, real smart. Because it doesn't do the trick. It's not enough. Almost says, so no burning wood. The burning wood thing is so toxic to the body. You're burning all that wood, the fire pits, the fireplaces. I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade, but literally the human nature wants to burn. That's what human nature wants to do. They want the gas fire. Like you go to LA and they got the gas fire pits. Every single house in Malibu and wherever, every single house all over LA, all the way down, everywhere from up north, all in California, they're all burning the gas fire pits. You go into some of these houses and they just, boom, they click a switch and you got gas burning flames everywhere, right? Oh, it's so nice. You kick back. Oh, that's so nice, isn't it? They're contributing to climate change, that's for sure. You know what's funny? Everybody's like, climate change. But yet everybody's burning everything under the sun. They're burning gas. They're burning like all their fire pits, their gas fire pits, their wood fire pits. They're pumping perfume cologne, air fresheners pumping into the air. They're burning scented candles. You know the whole thing with the plague? The whole thing with the plague has literally propelled everybody to buy a scented candle and poison themselves and kill themselves. It's like, I'm running away from the plague, so I'm in my house, so I'm going to now kill myself with some scented candles, chemicals, and kill myself right there. You seem fine to me, Chris. You said you love this topic. Chris, do you see that in California? You see that? Everybody's killing the environment with the scented candles, killing the environment with the fire pits. I mean, everybody's like, You got to worry about climate change. That's the reason why everybody's sick. I'm just going to light my big old fire pit right now. I'm going to have company come over and I'm going to hit the gas button and I'm going to light the big old gas fire pit so everybody can sit there with their martinis and look at the gas fire pit and kill the planet. It's hypocrisy, right? The bottom line is all this crap goes into us. We're poisoned on a daily basis. So don't juice. No, don't juice. No, Mr. William, you're wrong. You shouldn't juice anything. You should eat your celery sticks. Crudité is the best way to do it. Maybe chop up a little bit and put it in your tuna casserole, your tuna salad. Don't juice it. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to do some juicing. This sale is still on for the MM900 HTS. $90 off. It's the biggest sale ever. I told you the other day, what's going to happen is this. If I don't say anything about it, the sale's going to be over. I'm going to be in the car in a passenger seat when somebody's driving me somewhere, like if I'm like a passenger or something, or I'll be driving, which I try not to do, okay? Because I get the readings. Spirit of Compassion's telling me about the people next to me at the light, this person at the light, this person crossing in front of me, that person has a heart condition who's crossing in front of me, the person next to me has got a neurological condition, the person next to me has got high anxiety. So I hear that from Spirit of Compassion nonstop. So I try not to drive too much because the last thing I need is to be hearing about every single person that has a problem as I'm on the road in traffic, right? So I'm in the passenger seat and I'm looking at comments and stuff and I start seeing people saying, hey, do you know where I can get a juicer? Hey, do you know where I can get a good juicer deal? Do you know when the MM900 is for sale? And it's right after the sale ends. I roll down the window and I scream. I scream because there's nothing more I can do. I didn't even know what to say. If you have to burn wood to heat your home, I totally get it. If you have to burn wood to heat your home, I completely understand. But most people don't have to burn wood to heat their home. They burn wood and poison everybody else in the neighborhood and everywhere else. And the stuff just goes in the atmosphere. All that burn wood. When every single person is lighting a fire inside their home, do you know how many cords of wood that is? Billions of cords of wood going into the atmosphere. And the aliens are flying by on their spacecraft saying, you idiots. You idiots. That's what they're doing. The aliens in the spacecrafts are flying around up there, and they're flying around, and they see millions of homes and chimneys puffing out smoke. All those dead trees, because they want to entertain themselves. And they, you know what I mean? And the aliens are flying by saying, you idiots, just destroy the planet. And the spacecrafts are flying around in the atmosphere, and they see all those people with their fire pits. You people gathering around with marshmallows and s'mores and the fire pit going in the middle and everybody drinking, and you got the fire pit with all that wood burning, and the spacecrafts are starting with lighter fluid to start it, squeezing all that lighter fluid on it. And the spacecrafts are going by saying that, you know, you guys are killing the planet, breathing in all that smoke. Anyway, the MM900 is $90 off. It's the best sale I've ever seen. Okay, I'm going to show you how it works. We're going to juice some stuff. The sale's on right now, by the way. It's a Black Friday sale. For this machine, you won't be disappointed. It's a mind-blowing machine. It's a medical device. It's literally a medical device. I always say I'd rather be on this medical device than some other medical device. So what happens is, you guys, juicing's critical for toxic blood. Everybody has toxic, dehydrated, chronically dehydrated, toxic blood. They walk around with toxic blood. You see it in their eyes. You see it everywhere. Their blood is toxic. You can see it in their skin. You can see it in all kinds of different ways. They walk around chronically toxic. That's how they walk around. I've already told you guys. Okay, you got the pathogens, you got the metals, you got all that different stuff. But everybody's bodies are like crying to get rid of this stuff. Crying. Let me just ask you something. Have you seen anybody in their young age? Have you seen them later on in their older age? Is there somebody you knew 30 years ago They kind of looked slim. They kind of look kind of together. They kind of look kind of like healthy. Like, and then you see them 30 years later, 20 years later, they're bloated. They're thicker. Their head for some reason grew where their head is twice the size of what it was when they were younger. Did you ever know how that works? Did you ever see that? You ever see everybody's heads? Did you ever wonder that? Everybody's heads gets big. How does it get big? Their skull doesn't grow, but years later, their head is bigger than it was. And it's not even about weight. Their head got swollen. Frugivore bear, their head got swollen. You guys see this before? 30 years ago, Dino says yes. 30 years ago, their head was half their size. How did their head grow? Tell me. How did their head get twice the size? Do you guys know? Maria says, wow. Dina says, puffed. Yeah, puffed, right? Puffed rice or something. How come? Toxic buildup, TJ? How come everybody's head exploded? That you see it down the road. 20 years later, Darcy Lee, 20 years later, you guys on TikTok, do you ever see it? Inflammation? Inflammation? Is that what you guys are saying? You guys on Telegram, you never seen this before? Hey, Lynn Fouch, thank you for being here, by the way. And you're really, really generous. You're really a generous person. I read your comment in the last YouTube. So how does it work? I think that's the same Lynn that left a comment in YouTube. You can correct me if it's not, but how does it work? How does everybody's head get so big? I've seen it. Face gets fatter, Patty says. Maybe. Or does their head just grow into this large head? You see them when they're 20. They've already stopped growing. You see them when they're 45 and their head is huge and their nose is big. Their nose grew twice its size. I don't get it. Is your nose still growing? Is your head still growing? No, your head stopped growing. Your nose stopped growing. But look, Darlene says, interesting. That's from toxic blood. Everybody looks like a bloated tick later on. They all look like a bloated tick. Did you ever see a tick on a dog? Did you ever see like a tick on, you ever pull a tick off a dog? Right? You pull a tick off a dog that's been on there way too long, and it's this big old bloated tick. It's the craziest thing. You look at somebody later on, years later, you look at them when they're in their 30s. Look, you can even look at politicians. Whatever. You see them, pictures of them when they were 30. You see pictures of them when they're 60. Like, what happened? Your head grew 3 times bigger. How did your head grow when you don't grow anymore? It's the same thing with some celebrities, right? You see some celebrities like when they're 20 years old, 25 years old. Then you see them years later and their heads are like twice the size. Like, what happened from being toxic for too many years? Toxic for too many years. Toxic blood does some crazy ass shit in the body. That's what toxic blood does. It does some crazy ass shit in the body. That's what toxic blood does. I mean, it's really incredible how it works, right? But no, you don't need to cleanse. No, you don't need to cleanse. You guys just eat a balanced diet. Whatever you think is balanced. Let's do that. Let's trust everybody on what they think is balanced, right? We can do that. Yeah, it's not fat I'm talking about. Their heads don't explode because of fat. You need to know that that's part of it because the brain does gather fat. So there's too much fat in the brain, meaning additional fat. But it's not just about its swelling. They got so toxic that their head swelled up. It's swollen. Their head got so swollen that it enlarged. That's why the person's head is twice the size or a third size bigger or a quarter size bigger than it was back 20, 30 years ago, because the swelling became so chronic that the head had to make room for it. So the head had to expand, like the whole head expanded to make room for that swelling. That's from toxic blood, right? Ken Lewis says, I was so swelled up. But you don't need to cleanse. No. I'm Dr. Schessenheimer. I'm Dr. Shannon. I'm the chiropractor and I'm a doctor. No, I'm an MD. I'm a chiropractor. No, I'm an MD. You don't have to cleanse. 5 tips to make yourself healthy. Get my collagen powder. That will do it. Get my apple cider vinegar chewies. That will do it. Get my fruits and vegetables in a capsule. That will do it. But don't eat fruit. 5 top tips. As my head swells bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger, and I need another implant and another root canal. What happens is that we get toxic. We don't know what a balanced diet is. We don't know what's going on, but we just turn into a toxic mess as the decades go by. And that's what happens, you guys. And that's what happens. Frederick says, wouldn't it be head lymphatics too? Frederick, lymphatic system runs through your head, not all of your head, but it runs through a part of it. Yeah, that swells up too. Being toxic. Absolutely. But it's more than that. Your spinal fluid becomes toxic. Your spinal fluid becomes toxic. That's the one there too. You got no room for the spinal fluid anymore. The spinal fluid gets full of so many poisons and toxins, it slowly graduates into everything needs to make room. And that person's head is now so big compared to what it used to be 30 years ago. Their head is big now, but they stopped growing 30 years ago, but their head swelled up because of the spinal fluid too. It's not just lymph. Lymph is just this much of it. Spinal fluid's a big part of it. And then there's other stuff too. And blood is the really big part of it. Blood being toxic for so long that your blood vessels just start to swell. Everything expands, even your skull starts to expand. And then it weakens. So then you're walking along and you're 60 years old, you're walking along, right? And you slip down and then boom, you crack your head. The doctor's like, I don't know how that happened. You shouldn't have cracked your head open from that fall. Yeah. Healthy Liz, good to see you. Glad you're here. So, do we need a juice? No. No. I just sit here for fun. I'm just doing this for fun. I'm just sitting here, okay, spending my days and my hours trying to show you guys how to juice for no reason. For no good reason. All these years, for 35 years, I've been trying to get you guys to juice for 35 years. I know you guys are. But I've been trying to get people to juice for 35 years for no reason at all. No, you don't need a juice. I'm just doing it. Cindy says, what would you see in a live blood analysis if you had toxic blood? Nothing, because you would see nothing in a live blood analysis because they don't know what toxins they're looking for. The only thing you can see in the blood is what you can look for. What you can actually look for. They can't look for a metal on a live analysis. They can't see it. They can't look for air freshener chemicals in a live analysis. They can't look for scented candle poisons in a live analysis. They can't look for smoke you breathe in from somebody's chimney next door all night long, sifting in through your apartment and your house. They can't see any of that. They can't. And that's one of the problems. Blood tests are all antiquated. Live blood test analysis, live blood analysis are not even, they're antiquated too. So everything's antiquated, right? So you got to take health in your own hands. You know, you could be somebody that waits and waits and waits and waits, right? On Telegram, you guys could be somebody that waits and waits. Well, I'll wait for science to come out with their new thing. I'll wait for science to come out. Let me wait for science to come out for their new thing. Yeah, I'm waiting too. Yeah, I'm going to wait for science to come out. That's what I'll do, you know? And I got a friend here who's waiting for science to come out with all kinds of stuff too. And we're all waiting for science to come out with the next thing. Hey, we don't have to do anything. They say we don't have to cleanse. I went to a health professional and they said, you don't have to cleanse. You hear that? We don't have to cleanse. I know, right? We don't have to cleanse. And then you're good until you're not. Everything's okay until it's not. You're healthy until you're not. The whole bit. Frederick says the problem is metal in the organs though, not the blood. Right, correct. There's still some metal in the blood, but it settles in the organs, sits in the organs and rots. Frederick, spot on. That's exactly the information. The metal sits And the metal sits in the liver too. Builds up, builds up, builds up, and then kind of releases a little bit. Right? That's what it does. Releases a little bit. Gets to the brain and then sits in the brain and builds up and builds up. Sometimes there's some highway in between, but it builds up. Just eat in moderation. I'm going to have more cow. Lots more cow. Well, it's moderation. I'm going to have a big burger every night, a grass-fed beef burger every single night. I'm not anti-animal protein. I'm not anti-vegan. You can same thing with vegans. I'm going to have 5 more avocados tonight. The liver gets stagnant and sluggish, and then it spills out the poison after a while. It gets stagnant and sluggish. It's your filter, and it can't filter anymore. So your liver can't filter anymore, and it's spilling out the poison now because it can't filter anymore. So your liver's just spilling out poison because it can't filter anymore. There's no way it can filter anymore. And that's what happens with the liver, right? And then we don't know what to do. And you can't change the filter. Let me just go change the filter. Let me do that. It's like I'm going to go to a clinic and they're going to change my filter. Hold on, you guys. Just going to get my filter replaced here. You can't change this filter. It's not changeable. You have to cleanse it. We have to get a juice in us once in a while. We're up against things we've never been up against ever before in our history. We're up against more poison, more problems than we've ever been up against in our history. We can't just change our filter. We have to clean it. We have to clean it, you guys. There's new chemicals, man. There's new chemicals every day they're making. The chemical industry is sitting there making a new chemical every day, right? It never gets tested. They don't know if it can kill you or not, and they release it. And it's in your perfume, your scented candle, your fragrance. It's in your GMO food even. It's everywhere. Okay? And these things build up our system for years and years and years. They do. Let's do some juicing. It's critical. So what I'm going to do is, look, I'll run a little bit of celery through here. I think that's what I want to do now. What I love about celery is that nobody's drinking it. You know what I love about celery? I'm going to be a little sarcasm here, right? No one's drinking it. Nobody. All right? No one wants to talk about it because no one's drinking it. YouTubers stop talking about it because no one's drinking it. No one's drinking celery at all. Meanwhile, a couple of the biggest corporations in food on the planet are putting out celery juices pretty soon because the whole world's drinking it. It's going to be more popular than soda down the road, right? And because everybody is drinking it. And a lot of people are just hiding that they drink it. Every single juice bar, it's their #1 drink. Every single juice bar on the planet right now sells more celery juice than anything single juice there is. There's more celery juice in the supermarkets being sold, you know, the fake ones with the HPP, not the fresh ones, every single day. It is the largest crop in produce on the planet. They can't grow enough of it. Thousands of farms every single day are being are putting this stuff out. You don't want HPP. What I love about doing it this way, this isn't HPP, you guys. HPP is no good for me. HPP is high pressure pasteurization. You can't use high pressure pasteurization with celery juice. You can't do HPP. It can't be high pressure pasteurization. Because I'll tell you what that is. It kills the phytochemical compounds so you can get healthy. Yeah, stay away from HPP. You know what? You can probably drink something in HPP and it'd be okay. But not celery juice. It has to be juiced fresh. It has to be. You got your juicer yesterday and was the best for juicing celery. Cynthia, it's incredible for juicing pomegranate seeds. I'm going to show you guys that. It's incredible for juicing It's incredible for juicing anything. Saves people money and it pays for itself. You guys, how many things in your life pays for itself? I just want to ask that question. You guys on TikTok, how many things in your life pays for itself? Like pays for itself, right? Like you buy something, does it pay for itself? Food prices are going up. This machine lowers my food costs. So what I see out there is food prices are going up, right? And I'm like, well, okay, this is squeezing every last drop out of the stuff. So then I'm using less produce for my juice. I'm getting healthy and staying healthy. That's what I love about it. And it pays for itself. It's the biggest sale ever for the MM900 HDS. $90 off, free shipping. Go to megajuicers.com. The link is in the description. The link is in the bio on TikTok. The link is in the description too for you guys on YouTube. Seriously. Yes, celery juice is going to be more popular than anything else down the road. It's going to be more popular than anything else. Kelsey Bach, Kelsey, didn't you get rid of 51 symptoms, or did you get rid of? I know you leave comments. I always read them all the time, and you're really supportive for other people in the community, which is incredible because you're always like helping people when they're down and stuff. Kelsey, is it like 51 symptoms now or 53 symptoms? You said, I had other Omega juicers. The MM900 is the best. Incredible. Wendy says, my Omega MM900 is the best. I love it. I really do. Henna says, MM900 HDS is the best juicer. It really is. It really is. That's why I stand behind it 1,000,000,000%. I endorsed this product. I endorsed it. Every day, you guys, hundreds of companies reach out to me. And they're like, please endorse us. Please endorse us. You know, the medical medium, we want your support. I'm like, no. You got way too, no, your product is shit. No, I can't. No. And when Omega said, look, we can try to save people money. I'm like, all right, I'm talking. I'm listening. You're talking. I'm biting. I'm listening. The chronically ill, people who have chronic illness, they don't have a lot of money. They've been through hell and back. How can we save them money and also try to get them healthy? Well, we can do something where we can make it so they buy less produce, so they're saving thousands of dollars by the end of the year, or whatever, hundreds of dollars, and they get to save hundreds of dollars or whatever it is for each person or family, and they can get healthy. I said, I'm in. Helene says, Omega service is great. Had a problem with the part and they are replacing it. Yeah. If you guys have any problems with parts or something, call them. Contact them. Very quick in getting back to me and in shipping the part, free of charge, paying only shipping. I've learned it has a 15-year warranty. Oh my God. The MM900 has a 15-year warranty? I didn't even know that. That's incredible. Amy says, MM900 has made juicing so much easier for me and easy cleanup. Exactly. Kristen Hope said, I used other juicers. This juicer is awesome. Celery fiber comes out bone dry. Bone dry, man. You guys, if you just came on, we're not just juicing, but I'm going to juice some pomegranate seeds, but not just that. We're going to talk about toxic blood. I want everybody to have all the information they can get. All the information they can get in every way possible. So that's what I want. That's what it's about, okay? So I'm going to strain this celery juice for a second. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is show you the pulp, right? So the pulp is dry. This pulp is not wet and sloppy. It's not wet and sloppy. It doesn't have to be put back into the machine over and over again, which doesn't get juice out, by the way. You can't rejuice pulp. It's not possible. It comes out the way it's going to come out wet, and it's going to stay wet. I got a friend that keeps on putting it back. They put it back into the machine 100 times. And I was over their house, and I was watching them. And I was like, look, you just have to keep on putting it back in. they had this crappy juice in there. I said, all right, fine, go ahead. And they kept on putting it back in over and over again. And I was standing there scratching my head, said, it's still wet, right? Anyway, it comes out dry. It's where the money is saved. I'm just letting you guys know. It's the MM900 HDS, the best sale ever. I have to tell you guys, if I don't tell you, then what's going to happen is you guys are going to tell me. You're going to tell me, hey, I need a juicer. What juicer do you use? When is there a sale? I just bought it full price. When I hear somebody buy this juicer at full price, even though it's worth it, I get really upset. Why do you think I only tell you about the juicer, you guys, when it's on sale? Like, I want you to save so much money where you actually get it on sale. Everybody else that's behind something or they're involved with something, they want you buying it full price. That's what they do. Because I know people all in the industry, and they want you buying everything full price, right? It's like, I only talk about the juicer when it's on sale because I want you to save tons of money. Norma says, how do we save the $9? Is there a coupon code? It's in the checkout. When you go to megajuicers.com and you're purchasing the juicer, you'll see the $90 off in the checkout. It's the MM900 HDS though. That's the one, or you're going to buy the wrong juicer and you're going to be like, why is the pulp still wet? The link is in the bio. The link is in the description. Let's talk about toxic blood. And then maybe we're going to juice some pomegranate because that's incredible for toxic blood too. So we'll do that, all right? All right, so let's strain the juice. You got to strain your celery juice. Very important to do, okay? You have to strain it. You can't add anything to it. It's not going to work. So you say that the plastic is more safe than stainless steel. So no way, I don't trust plastics at all. It's fine if you don't trust plastic. Lucas, it's fine, okay? But here's how it works, all right? So metal on metal. So let me show you something. I don't have gears right now in front of me with the other juicers, okay? But I'm going to make 2 gears for you. This is not cheap plastic. This is BPA-free plastic that the juice is touching. There's a difference. This is not cheap plastic, so that's important to know, okay? That's a metal gear I just made. So I'm making a mock metal gear. So Lucas, hang on, all right? I know you're smarter than me. Lucas, I know. Hang on. Okay? I know you're probably saying, I don't trust that. I understand. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to make 2 fake gears. Okay? In a lot of juicers, cold pressed juicers, they have 2 gears made out of steel. These are mock gears. Okay? Pressing Prince says, I love the juicer. Thank you for the medical medium troops. You're amazing, Pressing Prince. Thanks you. Okay, so ready? Here's 2 mock gears. So now they're on. Here they go. They're on. There they go. Now you're juicing and you're running your vegetables and fruits through your juicer with your metal gears. So Lucas, are you getting the message yet? Did you ever have a brake pad that wore down to its metal? Do you guys know anything about cars? You guys know in Medical Medium Book 1, I told you about the car stuff. Okay, Medical Medium Book 1 in the origin story, if you guys are interested. So there's your juicer's on. Your juicer's on. There's your metal gears. So now run your vegetables through there. Okay, I'm going to run this piece of cilantro through there. Get my cilantro through there. Okay, I'm getting my cilantro juice. I'm real smart. Do you know what happens? You're metal on metal, baby. You know what metal on metal is? It's like your brake pads hitting your rotor and you hear tiny particles of metal are going into your juice as each month goes by, each week goes by, each years go by. Lucas, are you seeing this? I hope you didn't leave. Okay? Lucas. Oh, wait, there you are. Yes, but what about plastic? Can't wait to tell you. Okay? Metal takes a lot to get out of your body. It gets into your organs, into your intestinal lining. It gets into your liver. It gets into your brain. Metal doesn't come out of the body easy. So here you are, you're juicing with your metal juicers. There you go. And one more year goes by and you're now eating more metal. Another year goes by. Oh, I'm getting healthy. I'm drinking my juices and you're getting more metal. And eventually that metal is going to build up in your liver, your brain, your intestinal tract. See how it works? That's how it works. And what happens and people don't realize is that there's a difference. This isn't cheap plastic. This is high quality technology plastic, BPA free. And any plastic residue from anything plastic, even bad plastics, because this isn't bad plastic, still comes out of the body with cleansing. Your juice literally can take any plastic you've had. If you ate plastic from fast food restaurants from 10 years ago and that plastic is still in you, your juice that you're juicing from something high quality like this is taking that plastic out of your body from 10 years ago. But get this. You know how hard it is to get metal out? You got to do the medical medium heavy metal detox smoothie. You got to do the wild blueberry. It's hard to get metal out. And here you are with all the different juicers, with all the metal, the centrifuge metal, the gears at metal. And that's what people don't really understand. And guess what? Someone left a comment on YouTube. On YouTube, I think on the last one, you guys could go look for it if you want, right? Somebody left a comment saying they were using the metal juicers for years and they couldn't get results. And then they switched and they got results because they were stopping to get metal poisoned. Right? PK, good to see you. I see you leave comments every now on YouTube. So the point is that you got to think about that and how that works, like the difference. This isn't even about juicing. You know what it is? This is about information that's critical when I think about it, right? So these are great things. If the metal gears were fine, I'd be having metal gears, man. I'd be like, yeah, give me the metal gears. Give me the metal gears. I'll take the metal gears. They're fine. They're safe. Why wouldn't I use them then? You'd see a juicer here with metal gears right here. But you're not going to see that. I think I had a little too much celery force today. Sorry, you guys. What happens is I took like 6 celery force before I came on today. What happens when I'm trying to pour this and the juicer's in the way because I'm trying to do it on camera right here and I don't want to pour it over there. I want you guys to be able to see it. I end up spilling a little because everything's in my way over here. Just bear with me. When you guys pour your juice out, try not to do it jammed up against your juicer. Try to pour, try to give yourself room so you just don't knock it everywhere like I just did. You want to strain it. You don't want to add lemon. You don't want to add anything. You don't want to add water or ice or nothing into it. Let the sodium cluster salts flush out the liver and clean the body. That's really important to know. Okay? Blenders don't have metal gears grinding against each other. Keep that. I saw that question. Blenders don't have metal gears grinding against each other. So blenders don't have metal gears grinding against each other. I know someone said, well, what about the metal in a blender? I love answering these questions because I want to help. I really do. I want to help. I want to help get your brain cleaned up. I want to help get your liver cleaned up. I want to help get you guys better is what I want. How do you strain your juice? You just use a strainer. I'd use a mesh strainer right here. That's what I do. I use a mesh strainer is what I do. You can do different ways of trying to strain it, but it's important to strain it because celery juice has to be on its own. It has to be by itself, the juice. It's an herbal extraction. So what you're looking at here, you guys, is an herbal medicine extractor. That's what you're looking at. Celery is an herb. It's not a vegetable. When you use herbs to heal, life changes. So what I love doing, I love juicing parsley through this juicer. I love doing that. I do 1 or 2 celery sticks and then I throw some parsley in there. I love doing parsley because you're juicing herbs. This is an herb. This is a herbal medicine maker right here. That's what this is, which is really great. Let's do some pomegranate seeds. I don't want to bore you guys with a 3-minute clean out with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up another one real quick. Pop another one. We're going to do some pomegranate juice for fun. We're going to talk about toxic blood. We need antioxidants to stop oxidizing. So let's talk about that right now. I think that's really important, okay? Everybody's slowly dying. Everybody is slowly dying on the planet. It's death by 1,000 cuts. They poison us. The industries poison us. The pharmaceutical companies poison us. The chemical industries poison us. Right? The illumination, flying all the jet planes in the sky, dropping chemicals down on us, is poisoning us. Right? All the different household antagonists that we're actually taking and doing and spraying on ourselves, and cleaning supplies and carpet cleaners are poisoning us, right? The water supplies are poisoning us. The smoke in the air is poisoning us. There's always some pyros that are purposely paid to light the worst fires in the state of California. There's always pyros that are paid to light the worst fires in Australia and everywhere else. So everything just burns down, and forests burn down, and the planet just basically the planet just declines and all that with all that smoke, right? We go around and we slowly die because of mankind, evil mankind. The evil part of it. The evil ones at the top, the echelon, the high echelon. They literally want you to die slowly. So they kill us slowly with all of this. And then we're not getting enough antioxidants in us to battle it. So we're not getting enough antioxidants in us to fight. What I love about the juicer, or a juicer, forget this juicer, just any juicer. You got a juicer? Use it. Any juicer. What I love about the juicing, like juicing, is you're getting something out of the food you can't do if you just eat the food and chew it. You can't get enough if you do it this way. You can't get enough that way. And you can't get enough by saying, I'm going to have a pomegranate. Here, do you want to share my pomegranate with me? Right? I'm Dr. So-and-so, and I learned that pomegranates are good for you. And, hey, do you want to share this beautiful pomegranate with me? Have a little bit here. Have a slice. That should be enough antioxidant for you. You don't need more than that. You need my colostrum supplement. You need more than that. You need more than a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this. You need more than just a piece of an orange once in a while. You know what I mean? You need more than that. And so what happens is, in order to battle what the death by 1,000 cuts are doing out there, and then the health movement, they're doing death by 1,000 cuts to everybody too. They're poisoning everybody with the vinegar, poisoning everybody with the caffeine. The health movement, yeah, alternative medicine wants everybody dead on caffeine. They're poisoning everybody with caffeine. You don't believe me? It's true. The caffeine industry has completely taken over the alternative health industry. They own them now. They just want you on caffeine 24/7, right? It's death by 1,000 cuts everywhere, you guys. So if you don't know how to defend yourself, then what? What are you going to do? And so what I love about the juicing, it's a way to basically say, yeah, no, sorry. No, not going to, you know what? Rain all you want on me. Chemicals coming out of the sky, because you can't say the term anymore, right? Rain all you want on me. All the dioxins. Rain all you want on me, perfume users, right? Because there's pesticides in perfumes. They're actually made of pesticides. Rain all you want on me, pharmaceutical in the tap water. Rain all you want, wherever you want, but I'm going to be battling your ass. I'm going to be battling you with antioxidants, antioxidant power, because here's the problem. Everybody's dying slowly because they're oxidizing. Did you know that? Did you know your brain is oxidizing every day? It oxidizes. That's why everybody's brain shrinks. That's why when I talk to my doctor friends who have worked on cadavers, they've cut open people's heads and they've looked at brains and they're like, oh my God, that person's brain is half the size it was when they were younger. What happened? Their brain shrunk. It oxidized. So what happens is the brain just reduces in size. You get older, and did you know your brain gets empty in the middle of it? Did you know when everybody gets older, they start getting a hollow brain down in here? A hollow brain. They get a gap because as they get older, everything's oxidizing and being eaten on the inside out. We oxidize. So we're all dying slowly here while they're poisoning us here, and no one's really, and then you'll hear, you don't have to juice. Just keep a balanced diet. Let's get a little bit of pomegranate juice going, you guys. Right? All right. Dr. Fawn, MD, I see you over there. Amazing. Glad you're here. You know, look, I got to tell you guys something. It's Sunday, right? I'm honored you guys are here on your Sunday. I can't even thank you enough for being here. It's just so great to have you here. Green Blue says the head gets bigger, the brain gets smaller. Correct. 100%. Elizabeth, right? Health with Liz. No one talks about that. No one talks about that. But you know what's funny, Liz? On a little personal note, right? All I do is bring new information. I mean, unless I'm wrong or something, and I don't. But I bring new information every single month, every single week, every single year, and someone will still say, he doesn't have any new information. I'm like, what? What do you think I am, the lectin guy that only has lectin information for the last 10 years and that's all he has? It's just that people don't cite back to where the original information comes from here. So then it doesn't seem like I was the originator of like these pieces of information because it gets taken out of here. So someone takes it and they run off with it. And then they run away. It's fine. The point is it doesn't help others if they don't know where it all comes from. It's really amazing. It's amazing. Marilyn says, are you using the green ring for pomegranate juice? I am. Definitely using it. That means you must have an MM900. So I'm going to move this celery over here and put this on the back here. I'm going to get some pomegranate juice going. Right? Let me get a little bit of this in here. I've never heard anywhere in health, my whole life, 35 years professionally doing it, I've never heard anybody talk about how everybody's heads got bigger. Except ego. Only thing I've ever heard is the ego got bigger with somebody's head. Yeah, your head's getting too big because of your ego. That's the only time I've ever heard it. Charlie says, I've been dabbling with MM for 3 years now. Hey, dabbling's not the worst thing to do. That's great. Dabbling with MM for 3 years now, and I have reduced many symptoms. Now I'm ready to go all in now and get fantastic results. Charlie Lagoa, cool, man. Cool. Listen, you're allowed to be a dabbler. I welcome medical medium dabblers. You want to do a little celery juice? I stand behind you. You want to try the medical medium smoothies? I stand behind you. You want to look at the different angels in the medical medium for smoothie? I stand behind you. You want to dabble in medical medium? I stand behind you. But whatever you do, don't write a post one day telling anybody that I've been doing medical medium for 4 years and it didn't work for me, because you're going to then stop someone else from trying medical medium and never getting a chance to heal And it might have been somebody that wasn't going to be a dabbler. They might have gone all full in on it, and you're going to tell them basically don't do medical medium because I did it for 4 years and it didn't fix me. Meanwhile, you might have been a dabbler. Basically what I'm saying is it's perfectly fine to be a dabbler, but thank you for actually, exactly, I'm honored you're here. Trisha Marie said, my daughter was on here last time sending you many hearts from her or me. All good. Amazing. It's okay. Dabbling is fine, you guys. I love you for dabbling. It sounds incredible. If anybody wants to go full on, they want to go into the protocols, they want to go deep into it, I'm totally there. Incredible. Amazing. So what I'm doing is pomegranate juice right now. What I love about this juicer, I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on the pomegranate aspect, okay? That comes out bone dry. I ran a lot of pomegranate seeds through there. That comes out bone dry, okay? So that's interesting. So that's coming out bone dry. But here's the difference. Here's what no juicer does. No juicer juices the seed. They only juice the pulp around the seed. So that's important to know. The MM900 is the only juicer that squeezes the chemical compounds, the antioxidants, the phytochemical compounds inside the seed. So keep that in mind. That means when you drink pomegranate juice out there, right? When you go out there and you drink pomegranate juice, you're not drinking all of the benefits. You're only drinking part of the benefits. So when pomegranate juice is offered to you out there, it's only half there. It's not all there. It's kind of like talking to somebody that's lost their mind, you know? It's like they're not all there, right? You ever run into that? Bad things happen. They got so much, they got all these metals inside their head. They're getting what people call like old timers, but it's really Alzheimer's, and they're not all there. It's really sad process, right? Which happens. It's like the same thing with pomegranate juice. You're drinking pomegranate juice, but only part of it's there. It's not all there. It's just not there. And so what happens is with the pomegranate seed, you have to juice the seed itself. And that's how life turns around to protect you. Remember I was talking about antioxidants and battling the death by 1,000 cuts? All juicers need to be strained. All juicers. There's no such thing as, well, I juiced with this juicer, but why are you straining yours? No, actually, that's a technique that all juicers are you're supposed to strain the juice after every juice. Any juicer you juiced with, doesn't matter what company, what brand, you have to strain the juice. You have to strain the celery juice. You have to, so the celery juice can work. Trying to answer questions while we're doing some fun stuff and talking. All right. Let's pour some pomegranate juice out. Here. There you go. Now the difference with this juicer is you're going to squeeze much more out of the pomegranate seed. Much more. You're going to squeeze the seed, not just the pulp around the seed. So now you've got a whole nother level of medicine right here. And it's a different color. That's the color pomegranate juice is supposed to be. So keep this in mind. If you've ever tried pomegranate juice on the shelf or anywhere else, it's supposed to be this color. It's not supposed to be the fake color where it's just the part there color, where it's the color of the juice that was around the pulp, right? It's supposed to be the color of the juice that was inside the seed. See the seed? There you go. That's incredible right there. I can't even tell you. You know, when you drink that, and I gotta tell you something now. Just know that the pomegranate seeds you buy that are de-seeded, meaning the you go to the health food store, go to the grocery store, and they already have them where the seeds are out of the pomegranate, like they used equipment to get the seeds out of the pomegranate, just know that when you buy it that way, it's been laced with a preservative from a chemical company that they give these food companies to lace them with as a preservative. So it's best to buy them this way. If you do buy the seeds by themselves in the grocery stores, because they already were shelled and the seeds were put into a package, and you're like, whoa, pomegranate seeds already done for me, and you buy the package, rinse them really well. Rinse them really well because they're sprayed with a preservative chemical on them. That's why I love making sure you get them from your pomegranates here. Okay, Cordina says, please help. Love celery juice, but makes me so nauseous. So is the astringency, so you might be somebody that doesn't like anything bitter. Would parsley make you nauseous? Probably, right? Anything astringent? Is that what it is? Like if someone made parsley juice, you'd probably be like, I can't drink this, right? Were you ever nauseous before? So your whole life, so this is something I want you to be your own detective. Were you ever nauseous before? Ever? With anything? Like were you nauseous last week with some other type of food? Were you nauseous yesterday when you had some dinner? Were you nauseous the other day when you were talking to a friend and for some reason whatever, or something's happening? Were you nauseous anyway? The point is did you go through your whole life, you're never nauseous ever, and then you sip some celery juice and it was the first time ever you got nauseous? Or you're somebody that gets nauseous pretty easy and you can get triggered easy. So if you had something like celery juice, because it's so astringent and the taste is kind of shocking for some people, it made you nauseous because you're already somebody that's sensitive and you actually get nauseous all the time. I want you to be your own detective. What I would do if I was nauseous from it, I would start with 2 ounces then. 2 ounces. I would do just 2 ounces. That would be a little shot glass, 2 ounces, right? I'll go get a shot glass right now. So if I was somebody that was nauseous by it, I would start really small. That's what I would do. So Cordina says, I do have a sensitive stomach in general. So that's why. So it's just because you have a sensitive stomach in general, right? Exactly. So what I would do if that's the case is I would take a shot glass. And I would just do like 1 ounce, 2 ounces. Maybe just do that and try that. This has been like so fun, you guys. I love answering questions. I want to help in any way I can. I really just love all that you guys are doing. That's the pomegranate juice right there. Rewatch this live if you came here. Give me a thumbs up or a like or whatever you guys can give me, right? And we were live here on Rumble. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. You can watch this on Rumble. You can watch this on YouTube. So you can rewatch this live on Rumble or YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel when you get a chance. Subscribe to my newsletter, please, you guys, so you know where I am, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, what I'm not going to do. All the different information, the free recipes, all the stuff going on. Subscribe to my newsletter. Go to medicalmedium.com, or you can see the link below in the profile, or see the link in the bio, or see the link in the description. And one more thing I just want to ask you guys is check out my Amazon Lives. They're a hoot. They're a hoot. Follow me on my Amazon Live platform. Link is also there too for you to find. Those are fun. It's the Medical Medium Cooking Show. And the Medical Medium Cooking Show, I show you tips that I never show anybody, anywhere, anyhow. Many of them are just personal tips that I do in my kitchen. So that's something you guys can do. Remember, the MM900 is on sale. It's the best sale I've ever seen this machine on yet. It's a money saver. It cuts your produce in half, or at least a part. It saves you hundreds of dollars as each month goes by. It pays for itself. This juicer right here has bought me juicer after juicer after juicer with the money I've saved. So what happens is I've bought less celery, and because I bought less celery and less other things, and this juice is more, I've saved so much money, it's paid for itself. It's $90 off at omegajuicers.com. Check it out. And just know I love you guys. You guys, I'm going to go live again. I'm going live on IG. The link is in the bio over there on TikTok, right? And on Amazon, you'll see the link for Amazon Live, the Medical Medium Cooking Show. The link is in the bio on TikTok, and the link is in the description, you guys. Are any of you guys going with me to IG? You can also be on Telegram. I'm going to turn Telegram back on. I'm going to turn TikTok back on. So TikTok's going back on, Telegram's going back on, and then I'm turning on Instagram. And do you guys want to hang out again? Maybe we'll talk about some different stuff. Maybe it'll be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Maybe things will get crazy. Maybe they won't. We'll see. All right.